CF Moto's in the shed. I took a little rip around the yard. Again, remember, it is hard to start. You might have to use ether when it's cold out. Once it's warm, it's fine. It's just that high performance tuner and pipe on it. Yeah, lawnmowers and log splitter. I'm sure you saw all this stuff already. The trolling motor for the boat. The boat's down there. It's that 14-foot aluminum boat. Coyote's covered up. Again, that needs to be greased before it's used this year. All of it. The deck, the loader. The lawnmowers all ran. I believe they're stable and everything, so everything should be good to go. Alright, quick overview of the Kioti. It's got like 260 hours on it. Everything works good. It's got the hitch on the back for moving campers and trailers around. Loader, mower deck. I haven't greased it yet this year, but I always grease it in the spring. The mower deck especially. There's 3 spindles, I think, on it. They're not called spindles, but there. And then you got in the bucket. There's a bunch of different grease spots. So yeah, every spring I grease it up. I actually had the dealer do it one time. And then hydraulic fluid is right there. It's a 3-cylinder diesel. So I turned the key on. I just drove it, but otherwise the little glow plug light will be on. You wait to start it till the glow plug light's off. Emergency brake has to be on, has to be in neutral. Here, I'll rev it up. Lower deck, 3-point up and down. 4-wheel drive, which PTO, I'm sorry, 4-wheel drive is there. PTO, grass cut and height. Again, emergency brake with a lock for it. Headlights. I had that Ram rebuilt like a year ago. Power to flip the front end. That's about the Kioti. That's the water tank, goes in the back of your pickup. That line there goes to that line there. There's a hose clamp in it. This is where we filled. No, this is where we filled it at. This is top. This is top. This is bottom. Yep. Filled it here. Just need a crescent wrench. Thought I left one in there, but I don't see one. And then it just plugs into whatever 12 volt in the back of your truck or whatever, and you got a water pump in there to fill the camper. Works pretty slick. And then there's a flag in there. There's a flag mount right there. Alright, furnace is running in the camper. We just kind of cleaned some more stuff out today. Generator's running. Nice and warm in here. I can't read this from out here. It is almost to 60 in here. We've been here about a half hour. It's all cleaned up and vacuumed. The bunk area. Fridge, we always run it on gas. If water gets in the outside of the fridge area, it gets moisture in there, it is hard to start sometimes, so you have to try it a couple times. Otherwise it runs great off the electricity if you're running the generator. But it does work on the gas. That's how we always used it. Very efficient. Radio works. I replaced the speakers outside. TV works. Antenna. Bedroom area, there's a brand new cover we never put on. There's bedding and stuff in the totes. There's some fire starters. Those are the lights for outside on the poles, which you can see in the pictures. That one you gotta like, you'll see how I fixed the other one. It's not out there, but just drilled a hole and put a zip tie through it and glued it. Or you can maybe figure out a better way. But those are nice to have around the fire. That's the camper. Everything's still winterized. I did hook the water line back up under there. I did replace the pump a couple years ago. Shut this off. Stove works. We've never used the oven, but it should work just fine. Fan, lights, all that stuff. I replaced the fan and vent cover in the bathroom too recently. Towel rack. Extra shower parts if needed. Bags. Toilet stuff. Broom in there, dustpan, cutting boards, thing that goes over the sink, utensils, everything you need. This pulls out into a bed, that goes down into a bed, and you got the bottom bunk, the top bunk, and then this is a queen bed. So, there it is. The generator is, just a second, does have electric start, and it's a 4500. Okay, to run for a second. 4,500 watts, so it'll run the microwave, the generator all at the same time. I mean, microwave and air conditioning all at the same time if that's what you're needing to do. It's nice and quiet. So yeah, there's a battery inside this thing. So here we'll shut it off. Of course, it's warm now, but so we'll just hit the start button. There you go. There's a fuel gauge on the back. Plug-ins. Full start works great too. This is the generator. I have a little hut that I put it underneath, set it on that little piece of pallet and put it over there so it's quieter, stays away from us. Septic tube. At the end of the weekend I just pull and dump the black and then dump the gray afterwards right into the septic system. The solar panels are 400 watts. I put the battery inside this little container here. There's a charge control under there, and I'll show you how to do that. And then it just hooks right to the camper. I put a power jack on the camper. Shut the gas off. We towed this to Middle Iowa for a IndyCar race, and it towed just fine behind a half-ton pickup. The shed, there's miscellaneous stuff in there. and miscellaneous campfire tools in there. The woodshed, wheelbarrow, the docks down the hill, some random chairs, the grills, I should say, the Blackstone. And there's other miscellaneous stuff in the hatches of the camper too, like in the front one has the stabilizer hitch, the equalizer hitch, big heavy hitch for when you tow it, and other miscellaneous sewer pipes and plug-in adapters and stuff like that. And yeah, there's a lock on that. I gotta make sure I get the key for that. And that's it.